Hey guys, and welcome to part 6 of the Portal 2 co-op playthrough.
Because we haven't caused enough havoc yet.
Yes. We're on to the last area of this entire campaign. Well, yes, the co-op playthrough, folks, takes place after the single player campaign. So now we're going to actually do something that GLaDOS has never expected. We're going to save some dying humans.
Don't quite understand the point of why she wants to, given that she hates them so much. But
you know, this is Aperture Science. Test, 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 test.
She must need more test subjects.
Aye.
She's ran out of lab rats.
That's what it is. So now we're heading down to the last area of the game where we're not going to use any of all these fancy grey, white and white technology as you see in Aperture Science. We're going to head down underground to old Aperture Science. Where we get to use the gels.
Yay!
The repulsion gel and the propulsion gel.
We had a lot of fun with those ones.
Yep.
And by fun, I mean horrific deaths repeatedly.
Well, more so the orange gel because the orange gel increases your speed ridiculously. So we've got 7 more test chambers to do, folks. We're nearly done. Oh, that kind of reminds me of, if you remember in the water park where you go in those tubes and then the floor collapses beneath you and then you go down.
It's like, pull the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever!
So this one's pretty simple, folks. One person stands on the button to lower the platform, then you got to spill some repulsion gel to increase your jump height, and then get up to the top platforms. But first we need to find the switch that disposes the repulsion gel. Here it is. Pretty simple.
So I was standing on the button because I like pressing buttons.
It's the big red buttons you like.
Great big button which... great big red button which must not under any circumstances be pushed.
Exactly.
So I push it.
And there you lose a bit of control there.
I wanted to bounce.
Yeah, what you can do, folks, is that if you're constantly bouncing, you can hold the circle button to stop the bouncing and regain control. Don't you love it when the point of a video, when the game gives you something where the point it makes the control even worse? So that's you up. Now I need to head back up. Let's see, where do I put my portals? Well, you can put one there.
Something would be there because there's a great big target.
And then you could just put it there, so simple.
Come, join me.
Congratulations on completing the test. You two really are the best cooperative testing team I could ever ask for.
Yeah, you might want to rethink that, GLaDOS.
We have our moments. Pull the lever!
Are you curious about the humans? It seems some of the last non-testing humans alive tried to secretly imprison other humans and hide their tracks.
Well, that doesn't sound like humanity at all.
Yeah.
By not allowing me to include them in testing.
Like, this one is a little bit complicated because you've got the incubation grill, but you need to get the blue gel all the way here, folks. Use the excursion funnel. Yes, the excursion funnel can carry long lines of gel that when you release it, you can make an entire path of that gel instead of just the one spot. You need to get that all the way across to the upper side of the incubation grill, folks, and then create bouncing platforms for one person to jump across to the other side, so then they can use an excursion funnel for the other person to come back and join.
So it took us a little while to figure that bit out.
But then I think Portal is one of those games where it's easy if you do the test yourself to understand it rather than explain it. Because it could be difficult to explain some of these tests. You know, see and believe it.
And we always forget to look up.
Yes.
It's like most of the stuff that we need is actually up.
Aye. It's like, look up here, stupid. This is what you do, folks. You need to get the gel into that excursion funnel first, and then make those 2 white panels you see on near the acid, cover them with gel, so that because the way the blue gel works, folks, is that the higher you are, the higher you'll bounce.
So Andrew was doing all the technical bits and saying, press the button, release the button.
Aye.
I was just doing what I was told. For a change.
Aye. Well, at this time you never ever bet the co-op, so this was all new to you at the time. And you do the same again, folks. Release it from one portal and then shoot it down so it covers over. But now Lauren has to come up to where I am so she can stand on the button to release a platform and make my way across.
Again with the buttons.
Oh, I bet you were tempted to, when I was bouncing towards the platform, you were tempted to step off the button.
I was, yes. What's your point?
Like, just step off the button right there and now I'm falling. So I shoot a portal to that funnel, and then she shoot a portal to here. That way, when Lauren steps off the platform button, she won't be able to hit the platform, but she can bounce off those as the repulsive gel.
Except I can't even hit the platform.
Just wasting my time.
Yeah, you didn't have a lot of momentum there.
Nope.
So anyway, as she bounces off, she may miss the platform, but she will hit the excursion funnel, which will lead her to a set of stairs. And that's it.
So I don't always fall in the sludge, but when I do, it pisses GLaDOS off.
Human testing
And it pissed me
I
off.
checked an old suggestion box. The #1 request: less deadly tests. That's
Where's the
ridiculous.
fun in that?
How do they know for sure the tests are deadly if they could still write the suggestion?
That is a very fair point.
Okay. Hey, you actually won a rock, paper, scissors for once.
Way! Give me high five. Give me high five.
Nope.
We're going
Nope.
to hit each other. At least aim for the head.
She gives such helpful advice.
Well, at this point, she just doesn't care about the gestures, or she's just getting really annoyed. What do you want?
I want to do kung fu.
I don't see you going kung fu stance. That's more stripper dance spin.
But it's like the praying mantis to start with.
Yeah, I'll give you a hug.
No! Hug! Don't touch me! Ah!
Oh, it's amusement. Calm yourself, right? Now get to your chamber. Let's continue on.
Okay, I suppose. Anything to stop you hugging me.
To get to the vault, you are going to need to use all
Gringotts
the
vault?
tricks you've learned. To help,
Dragon.
I have made these
Lots and
tests
lots of gold
difficult.
that replicates
Dragons!
itself.
Dragons!
Extremely deadly, but we all know, for you and your amazing ability to be reassembled, nothing is deadly.
I think dragons would be deadly even with reassembly.
Aye. Right, for this one, folks, you need to use the hard light surfaces as bridges, but don't worry. With the gels, you can put gels on the hard light surfaces to create bouncing platforms, or in this case, you can use the hard light surfaces as walls, cover them with gel, and you can do a wall jump. But the button is all the way over here. There we are. Simple, really. Just go right through the portal and bounce.
And then I need to go all the way back around to do the same thing.
Aye. Or you could just do that.
And just saying bounce, bounce,
Jump
bounce.
around, jump up, and get down.
No, we don't want to get down. We've already killed ourselves enough, thank you.
This one's another simple one, folks. On the opposite side is that you need to use the hard light surfaces and then create basically, it's kind of like a square shaped platform. You're trying to make a square, except one of the lines is already the platform. So you need to make a square pattern with these hard light surfaces and then get repulsion gel on either side of them so that both players can bounce up.
So I just walked past the button. I probably should have pressed the button.
Because if I went past that incubation girl, it would have cancelled the hard light surfaces and we would have fall.
Yep.
So I press the button, which makes the blue gel for her, so she can get up.
Or try to get up.
Momentum! There. Ah, for God's sake.
It's like a bouncy castle, but, you know, with more failure.
There we go.
Got there in the end.
And that's when you need to put a portal on that white surface up there, near the ceiling, and another portal where the blue gel falls so that I can create my jumping platform. Pretty simple. There I am again using the paint tool. There's also folks, there is a countdown sequence for the paint tool for the times when you need to synchronize button pressing.
But I don't think we ever actually had to use that one.
No.
Verbal countdowns were adequate.
Aye. But then again, we tried that, and if you remember the very first test chamber where I somehow went through the door, but you didn't, and I'm like, here, I'll clip this disc through the door, and you can take it.
Continue with his work. I am not sure you will need him, but he will be there.
We will need him.
Okay.
We will always need the
I
reassembly
didn't
machine.
mean to make you feel bad earlier about your tests not being real science. I guess finding out they weren't science was some sort of test in and of itself.
How about that?
Congratulations
Testception?
on passing that test.
Test.
She's so condescending.
Right, this one we have to create wall jumps. This is a simple one. All you need to do is launch the blue gel up into the portal so it hits the walls. And then the same up there.
And then the same on the other side.
Mm-hmm. And there you have a wall jump. So once you've done those two, go and have fun. You know, I would love one game when it gives you those tutorial sequences, like in, say, a loading screen or at the beginning of a stage, and then one of them at the end says, once you finished all that, it says, now go and have fun.
So it did take us a little while to realise, oh yeah, we have to remember to put a portal there
Aye.
so that we can actually get to the bouncing wall in the first place.
But I needed to get up here first, and then we can go.
Mm-hmm. So, momentum.
Yes. Boingy, 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 boingy. Oh, can you imagine if we didn't win it simultaneously and then we somehow hit each other in midair all the way to fall back down?
Oh, we had to do that once already, did we not?
Aye,
A mid-air collision in order
Yeah,
to
mid-air,
drop
to stop.
and hit the platform.
Aye. This one's pretty complicated, folks. Well, one person has to stay on this platform and hit the button to create the gel. The other has to go through that anticipation grid to create walls so that they can go onto the top floor.
So I saw a button and I pressed it.
Then I figured, okay, you go ahead, I'll stay here and press the button, and you create the portals to create your walls, and I'll make you go up. Because when it comes to the gel puzzles, first of all, folks, the first thing you want to do is find out where is the gel coming from, so you know where to get the source of your power for, basically.
Mm-hmm. So then we've got the bouncing walls again.
You know, it doesn't look like gel, to be honest. It looks more like paint.
It looks like that stuff they used to use. Oh, do you remember like the Saturday morning kids programs where they cover people in goo
Oh, those ones?
when you got slimed?
Ah.
It reminds me of that stuff.
Well, let's hope it's not poisonous. Because what is it Cave Johnson said in the single player? It's like, be careful, this gel does not like the human skeleton.
That's okay, we are not human.
True.
We are robots. We can be quite happy.
Right, for this one, in order for me to get up there, I have to use the hard light surfaces to create one wall, and then get the gel to that wall.
And I managed to get the gel portals, so...
But now I need to create that wall, which is what Lauren's standing underneath. So this is when we're trying to figure out, okay, where's that? Which portal surface would lead to that?
Mm-hmm, because as soon as he moves that, we lost the gel.
Exactly.
So we didn't quite get the order right the first time for that one.
Because we were trying to figure out, okay, where does it go? And this is me trying to, okay, that didn't work. Try there, try there, try there. I'll just stand here and press the button.
I'll run around doing all the work for a change.
And there we go. So we
Right.
covered that wall. Now I need to create the hard light surface wall again.
Yep, going back down the way we had it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to run round and put my portal on the other side of that one again.
I'll press the
And
button.
then you can press the button.
And then I can come up and join you. At first I was a little bit hesitant because, again, you see, it's not like the walls are really close to each other, but I said, screw it, and here I go.
And it was adequate.
Yep.
So he got to join me up here eventually. While I'm sitting, waiting impatiently.
I think Steven said in the single-player co-op, not single-player co-op, how about that? In the single-player playthrough, that in the original Portal 2 you can actually destroy the CCTV cameras.
Yeah, you used to be able to do that in, I think it was the first one. Which is why I kept trying to do it, but it did not work.
I didn't bother with it in the single-player playthrough because I knew you couldn't do that.
Yeah, you could. It must have been the first one you could do it, and it would make GLaDOS quite irate.
Well, the first game was only made as a simple mini game. It wasn't given the same thought of, like, say, a AAA title would, like, you know, with a story and character and all that.
No, but it was quite fun.
Aye, and that's what got it to make a sequel. And I mean, that they added a story, the characters, music. You
But
know.
they took away the vandalism. Oops.
Which way are you going?
Would you look at that? I can't even fly straight.
So now we have the repulsion gel, which increases your speed.
Whee!
And this one was a little bit tricky because what you have to do for this puzzle is that Lauren will have to stand here, press this button, which spawns a cube in the middle of that platform there. But there's also an incubation grill underneath it, so I have to time my jumps, my speed just right to catch the cube as I fly across.
And this took a lot of attempts.
Yes, because I can't remember. I think there was a little bit of a delay actually when you press the button from when the thing actually opens.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it took a little while to figure out the exact
timing
that we had to do.
But we got there in the end.
We did. And then we were able to move on with much relief.
You know, these stairs must be really, really strong because there's no pole underneath them to carry the weight.
Well, they have got those structures helping to hold them up, so...
Aye, but sometimes it depends on the weight. It could wear off over time.
Yeah, it's like that glass platform over the Grand Canyon.
This puzzle. You see these two mashy spike plates, folks? At the end of each of those panels, there's a switch. We have to get both of us onto each side by using the propulsion gel. Yeah, try and say that those two different gels 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm. And mashy spike plates are always fun.
Yes. So see those 4 walls on the surface there? We have to get one partner up there. Well, first of all, we need to cover these entire panels with propulsion gel so they can carry our speed.
Otherwise, we will definitely get squished.
Yes.
Instead of just probably getting squished.
So you do that for both sides of the platform, folks. Once you think...
We gave it 2 shots just to make sure that it was definitely covered.
Yeah, because the thing about the gels is that, yeah, they do help, but sometimes you might not cover the entire platform, so it's best to go at least 2 or 3 times.
Although we didn't actually check it otherwise to see if it would work with just one, because we were paranoid, so we just went and did all of it.
And you see this platform right here, folks, and you also need to cover the orange gel here, because this is where we're going to build up momentum so that we can have enough momentum to fly across and get through those mashy spike plates before they have a chance to crush us. So once you got your partner up here, folks, you need to just basically line your portals up. So in this case, Lauren's going to go first. She will constantly run through these portals with the orange gel to keep her momentum going. I have to time my portals with the smashy spike plate so that she can fly across and not get crushed.
Funnily enough, I wasn't too confident about his abilities, but
I got it on the first try.
actually managed it on the first try, which...
I was just, because that time I was spending, when you were spending momentum, I was trying to think, okay, which portal did I shoot last, and I need to time this just right.
Mm-hmm.
So now Lauren has to do it, but she also needs to stay in from this point of view so she can hit the switch. So it's just basically the same thing again, folks. Just go right ahead and build your momentum, and off you go.
Except I put him in the wrong portal to start with.
Yeah.
I put him in the one that wasn't covered in the yellow goo.
And there we go.
Orange goo.
Well, that's what I mean. It doesn't look like gel. It looks more like goo or paint.
Mm-hmm. But we got there, and I figured out that it...
Yep.
Oops. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, for God's sake. It's because the problem with me is that I think I'm having that problem with my format on the left stick. It's not straight, it's a little bit to the left, and it keeps moving me to the left.
And I was so busy trying not to get him squished that he sort of decked it, so... But he managed to get this one lined up a lot straighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
And away I go.
Straight through. I didn't even get him squished.
It's like that real radio. Hector Borgobot, straight through. And there's our prize for this puzzle, folks. A cube.
Yay!
Lovely.
And we can bolt and go through to the next section.
These tests, I am beginning to think you don't share my excitement for rescuing crying, trapped, injured, dying.
What's this? GLaDOS actually cares about humans
If that doesn't
now?
motivate you, I'm not sure what will.
Right, as we fall down a pit, we'll see you in the next part, folks.